Okay, so I've only heard disparate bits and pieces of the Kings of Tupelo. A longer, more thorough review is going to take some days for me, so I'm not qualified yet for final analysis. Only my first impression, which is this. Based on what I've reviewed, it is a slow-moving, huge disappointment with absolutely no actual reveal anywhere. Just kind of a tiny hint of a reveal at the last 5 minutes or so. It seems to start nowhere, seems to go nowhere, and it seems to end nowhere. Kind of a huge waste of time. The last 2 years, a waste of 2 years of phone interviews and more. It's really what they've produced is the same story as 10 years ago, and with the same agenda-driven faces telling it, and the same phony narrative. So let me clarify again and correct a few of the lies that I've heard so far. First of all, there was no feud. I heard someone say there was a war between Dusky and Curtis. That's absolutely not so. There was no war that I was aware of, that I was involved in. It's nonsense. But for some reason, somehow they got the Curtis people to play along with that narrative, and maybe it's their narrative. I think maybe they were the ones that created it even 13 years or 10 years ago. Replying to the Laura Curtis claims. I haven't heard it all, but everything I heard her say was completely false. Maybe it's taken out of context, but I'll tell you this. I never, not once, ever sat on or at her desk at Jack's office. Never. She had no desk. There was no desk for her there. She kept her own office somewhere else, who knows where, not at Jack's office, just like I had my own office. I never sat on or with her on some porch swing either at Jack's office. That's nonsense. That never happened. I don't even recall a swing. There was no swing, a porch swing, at his office place. Please, someone explain to me why on earth it is that she's making those kind of claims. I don't know why they bother me like this, but they do. It feels like another false accusation. It really pisses me off. She never gave me any indication whatsoever of romantic interest, and I assure you, I reciprocated that complete apathy. I do not understand why women do this. This, by the way, is not the first time. She's not the first person, and I've never gotten it. It's just now I'm finally questioning it. Also, Kevin Curtis was not truthful about most things, of course, including a claim of me giving him a baggie of body part gummies. There was, in fact, such a Halloween novelty, and I did buy a pack, but I never gave it to Kevin Curtis. I never said anything to him. I didn't even see him. I actually did give that, but to Laura, who later then told me she gave it to him, as I had intended, and she said that he laughed. Maybe that's a tiny little thing I shouldn't worry about, but a lie is a lie is a lie, isn't it? The better logic on episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants comment that I gave to interviewers had absolutely nothing to do with Kevin Curtis or his body parts claim. The filmmakers, the Way brothers, they took that entirely out of context. That phrase was actually a quote directly from my court transcript and was not about Kevin Curtis at all. It was actually specifically about the bullshit, nonsensical arrest warrant that was written by Stephen Thomason. So there's that. Totally taken out of context. Overall, I don't know why the studio didn't show you the lab work which proved that Steve Thomason and the FBI lied, so I'll do it here. I'll do it on this. I don't know why Netflix series team didn't show you the timeline evidence or the evidence which proves that I was not the mailer. They could have, because I know they have it, but they didn't, so I will here. I don't know why they didn't show you the texts and the emails of all the exculpatory information, the prosecutorial frauds, or the AG's SAM order, so I'll do it here. Basically, the studio had the truth, but they chose not to reveal it. That says something. Revisit this from time to time, or join the team. I could certainly use the help, and so could the truth. That's my 3 chords in the truth.